Hi guys, it's Krista from Playing with a Purpose, and today I'm going to show you my classroom tour for the month of February. If you're new here, my name is Krista and I'm a childcare provider for up to 5 children. And on my channel, you'll find tips and tricks, all things related to childcare, shopping hauls, and the odd family vlog. So this month, we're going to be focusing on nursery rhymes and fairy tales. And I'm going to start off by showing you what's in my sensory table. The sensory table is inspired by Pat a Cake. So I put out some different baking materials. We've got some measuring cups, some measuring spoons, some different cake pans, and some little bowls, some rolling pins, and then I also put out some different letters. The children can make a cake by scooping the kinetic sand into the cake pan and roll it, pat it, and they can mark it with a B, and they can put it in the oven for baby and me. So I threw in some little candles. I added these little resin letters. I thought they were super fun. I also added some candles. I love kinetic sand because it really holds its shape. So that's kind of fun. So I put different materials in here that they could explore making different shapes. So that's what we have in our sensory bin. For gross motor, I kept out our rocker, and then over at our writing center, I just added a little Cinderella book along with some simple materials. So I have these fancy little pens and then some markers and some coloring sheets, and I'll probably change this area up throughout the month, and I just wanted to keep it really simple. I do have a really young age group right now, so I wanted it to be very simple. I like to put little invitations to play on these two little tables. On this one, I just have a very simple nursery rhyme peg puzzle, and then I usually keep this one out for Play-Doh. And then over at our science table this month, put a STEM activity for them to build a wall for Humpty Dumpty. So I got these little bricks and Humpty Dumpty at the Dollarama a few years back. I'm not sure if they still have it, but I thought this would be a perfect activity for our science table. On our first toy shelf, I have a Melissa and Doug wooden puzzle. This one has probably 25 pieces or so. I find my 3-year-olds are pretty good at these now, so I put this one out. I also have this 24-piece Three Little Pigs puzzle, and then this is a really neat puzzle by Melissa and Doug. So the way this one works is you're matching the designs on the bottom of the dresses to the design on the bottom here. And so this is actually quite challenging for this age group. So this is a really cute one. This little activity is inspired by the 3 Little Kittens. And so the children will practice pinning the mittens up on the clothesline with the clothespins. And then this activity has been super popular since we got it, and so I'm keeping this out for my 3 young ones. This is something that gets used every single day, so I'm going to keep this one out again. Over on our second toy shelf, I have some Melissa and Doug castle blocks for the children to build with. I kept out the airplane again because I have another little one on a trip right now, and this has been played with every single day, and so I wanted to keep this out again. And then in this basket, I have some Fairytale puppets. And then over here, and then in this basket, we have some Little People princesses. And then down here, I have some letter locks. I always start with just a few. I think if you put too many out, it can be a little overwhelming. And so we usually start with just a few, and then we'll add to it as they master them. Over in our circle time area, I put some different things that we're going to be using for circle time in our basket here. So I have some different stories for the felt board. I have the Itsy Bitsy Spider. This is a really cute Folkman spider finger puppet. And I just made this little water spout with aluminum foil. And then we have different props that we might be using. The cow jumping over the moon, a candlestick for Jack Be Nimble, and Humpty Dumpty. So I have just a bunch of things here that I might use during circle time. And then we've added some new books to our shelf. For some gross motor, I put out a little wheelie bug cow and a wheelie bug mouse. And then we also have our sensory swing, which we use when we need it here. If we're not getting enough outdoor time, I definitely find some of the children just need to move their bodies, and this sensory swing is amazing for that. And then over in our block area, we have Princess Lego. So we have different pieces to build with. And then in this side, we have a bunch of different princesses. And then we kept our me blocks out too, because we absolutely love them and we use them every day. And then up here, we have a little castle with some furniture. And then I also added these new little bricks that I bought, and I just think they're so adorable. They're super sturdy and can make a Humpty Dumpty wall. I put out some color sorting princesses up on our magnet board. And then our dramatic play area is transformed into a little castle. I have a little chef's hat here. I put out some fancy little tea bags along with some fancy dishes. We have some beautiful dress up. So we also have some dragons in the back and some night costumes. And then just to decorate the walls a little, we put some construction paper windows and some bricks. And then I have this mirror that I got at the Dollarama. And then we just have some accessories here. Down here we have some makeup, some different shoes, a king's hat. And then for the little red hen, I thought it would be cute to have a loaf of bread to cut up. And then we also have a little loaf in here that they can bake. And then of course we have our baby dolls over here. There's always a chance that some kids don't like the toys that I put out. And so I'm always watching to see if I need to rotate a couple of the toys. If I see that children aren't engaged and they're not really playing with something, then I'll easily just remove a couple of items and change them out throughout the month. We're hoping that we can get outside a little bit more because we have been stuck inside a little bit more than we like to be. We had a really cold January, and so we're hoping to get outside a lot more. And I also have a lot of children right now that come late, so our days are kind of shorter than they normally are. So with that being said, I definitely feel like this is a month that I might be switching things in and out a couple of times, just because I'm not sure how the children will engage with the materials. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough for some of my boys. I hope you enjoyed our little tour this month. I'm Krista with Playing with a Purpose. I'll see you next time.